Hello everyone, and welcome back to our newly established village of Uphill Both Ways, where we are settling in, even though the Elder has had a somewhat disturbing prophecy of the future about heat, dry lands, and very, very hot heat that just seems to be popping up quite a bit. But I'm sure that even though this is a 100% times more difficulty than the last village that we tended to, everything will be fine. We know how to help our villagers thrive after all. Hearing that there is going to be an issue with heat simply gave our druids, Lord Thunder and Marsh, an idea of putting in fans. That's going to take care of everything, right? It's going to be totally fine. Absolutely totally fine. And whatever omen we have tonight, that shouldn't get in the way of us learning how to do things like plant tomatoes. The seeds, of which we've... Oh, stunned! Oh, I forgot about that. The heat threat has risen. So, Kit Kat Nat is stunned for 3 days. The temperature threat permanently has increased by 1 from a heat wave, and it is of the traits of fire. I don't like the burning spark one. That looks a little ominous, to say the least. Events tied to fire, flames, and stuff burning down to ashes. Not my favorites. All right. Kit Kat Nat, that kind of sucks that you're stunned. I don't think you can do anything to cure a stun. You just have to wait for the villager to feel a bit better. But we can still do something about this. That just is gonna be stunned for 3 days. Okay. Pretty sure I can't do anything about that, but I'm gonna double check just to be sure. Yes. Let's see, nothing can cure it, nothing can override it, and unfortunately the heat wave, picking those plums out in the open field, seems to have left a poor Kit Kat Nat just feeling too dizzy and drowsy to be able to do anything. Hang in there, Kit Kat Nat. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. By the time you go ahead and recover, we might even have the first of the springs built, now that we can go ahead and put in some mountain springs. So, let's see. This one, it needs to be on stone? Hold up. What? Excuse me? You have to build it on a mountain? I mean, that makes sense since it's a mountain spring, but could we perhaps revisit this statement? This concept? This conversation? Oh my word. Do totems expand our territory? We're gonna have to do a bit of an experiment. We're going to try expanding. We're gonna follow the bunny trail to a mountain spring. And if we can't do that, we might have a bit of an issue. So we're gonna keep the fans moving to cool us off so we can defeat whatever heat issues we have. And maybe we'll pull up away from gathering seeds for a second so that we can come over and see if we can follow the bunny trail of totems to the mountain spring. Right? Right? Because otherwise, we might have a little bit of an interesting time. We're gonna switch to signpost for just a second. Let's triple check to make sure. Now that that's happened, let's triple check just to make sure. We're gonna actually need to be near mountain springs and stones anyway. There's the algae collector, tomato fields, The chestnut trees require stones around them for when we get that going. Oh, okay. Well, this one gives us the ability to get water from something. But we're gonna have to do a bunch of research to go ahead and figure out what that is. So let's do this brief experiment into this is gonna be totally fineness. Because I kind of was thinking we could get those tomatoes down pretty fast so that we could go ahead and maybe, oh boy, we've got to get the signs down because the totem's not gonna work. Totem didn't do anything. Okay. Right. So maybe we'll gather a few of these berries, just as an idea. Well, actually, I guess we have more plums available right now. And I think plums go out of season in spring, so we'll go gather those. We'll gather more seeds. We have plenty of the, like, fight back against the heat essence. So, you know, seeds, a little bit of extra wood for building all the signs we're gonna have. Because we definitely need a rabbit sign. Because we kind of need water to plant the fields. Okay. This is gonna be totally okay, right? Yay, signpost! Yes, our village was not too big, but some of the pips had such a poor sense of direction that they could get lost after just a few steps. It expands, which is good, good. And I think we can actually research, nope, never mind. It's whatever's available after that is actually locked behind the Elder's memory beans. Oh, thank goodness. We can put a sign down and get a little bit closer to where we need to go there. That is a huge relief. Let's go ahead and get going there. Phew, okay. And poor Kit Kat Nat is still down on the ground and not feeling well, but I'm sure we'll be able to take care of things soon. Don't you worry, Kit Kat Nat. And meanwhile, since we're following the rabbit trails to go find the mountain springs, I'm sure this time we're going to be able to start thinking about planting those tomatoes using the seeds given to me by my elder friend of the village of Are We There You. He was always going on about how they might as well be the village fruit before they started growing apocalypse apples, you see. Phew. So, turns out we needed to have, I need to be a little bit more mindful, I think, of how important it is to have some of the mountain terrain, because we also need that for stone. The old tomato fields were beautiful to look at. They were also perfect for hiding stabbed bodies for obvious reasons. Elder. Phew, okay. That's a huge relief. I was really, really worried about that for just a second there, because that was going to make life very interesting, to say the least. And we'll continue to put some signs down, because we're going to need to, like, reach way over here, because we need water before we can even get the plants planted. And we don't quite have the mountain spring territory yet, so we need to work on that. Oh my gosh. I guess we can gather some seeds. And I guess I should have been just a teensy bit more aware of that, just saying. If we wanted, yeah, buildable on mountains. If we wanted to make sure that, you know, we had all the supplies we needed. But that's all right. You live and learn as an elder. You live in, well, you hope you live. At the very least, you might learn. Hey, Kit Kat, I'm glad you're feeling better. Sweet. Okay, so Kit Kat Nat is back on her feet. And the seeds extractor. Woo! Okay, so that can extract seeds from fruit, and it gets a boost if there's a dwelling within one. That would be really valuable for our time, and we'll look into that in a little bit here. But I also think what would be really valuable is getting this totem so we can really start churning out the research, because the more you know and the more we are educated, the better we will be able to tend to the village and all of its ups and downs and twirly-doos and rounds. Phew. Slightly less panicked, but still mindful. And also intrigued to see if we have more little events like going faster and faster as we start doing more. All right, well, let's go ahead. Mountain Spring! Mountain Spring! Oh, I'm so relieved. We followed the rabbit trail to the mountain spring, which I think is adorable. And then we will continue to expand a bit more so we can cover more mountain areas and more plums and apparently more, like, birds. I actually really appreciate being able to just expand this time. We didn't really do that unless we needed to in the village of Are We There You, but the benefits are tremendous because the villagers will run all over the place after all. They don't seem to have the problem with the ache in their bones and back that we do. And the elements and domains seem to be surprisingly peaceful. But perhaps that's just because the first year of the prophecy, we tend to have a bit of a running start to prepare ourselves for the doom that will... Oh, here we go. Yep. I see an unknown event coming upon us. The vision is confusing, but there is hope. We can fight it. 5 more days, and every day, now that the heat domain has awoken, we will have to worry about the heat rising. So, working on enough tomatoes. We have quite a bit of wood at the moment. So, Pseudo Fishy, if you don't mind, it seems that we are indeed going to need to keep a little bit cooler. And hey, look at that, Ginger Fury, woo! Making sure that we are getting that water so we can start planting things. Can we straight up plant like a tomato field right now? +2 if water maker within 1. I was gonna put the water maker over here, but alas. Let's see, so +2 if water maker within 1. This would be 1.5. This would be 4 if we have it right up against here. So I think this is gonna be the spot where we put this one. And then we can put tomatoes over here, but that's about it. Until we figure out like other water makers. And actually, I think there was another water maker that we were just looking at, wasn't there? Something that makes water. I could have sworn it wasn't this, because this makes seeds. Huh. Perhaps I am just easily confused, and it's interesting to see how some of the research tree is the same. Aha! So this, okay. So if we research clearing, then we might be able to do a little bit more at figuring out what's going on with water there. So let's do that, because the chestnut tree isn't even until autumn. Well, actually, let's finish up the totem first, and then I think we'll research that. Also, we shall go ahead and we shall come and have Kit Kat Nat plant the first of these amazing fruits that we are being introduced to. And since we have a bit of wood for now, we will also have Whispering Wind. Oh my gosh, Whispering Wind. I think we're gonna have to do whatever it takes to make you one of the fan, like, watchers. Like a whisper in the wind, literally becoming a watcher of fans. That's like if I was able to make Lord Thunder in charge, I mean, they're a druid, but like in charge of electricity somehow. That's awesome. Oh, all right, let us carry on and prepare ourselves. Go, little tomatillos, go. Well, no, they're actually not tomatillos. They're literally tomatoes, because there is literally a thing called tomatillos, but still. Oh, and we might even go ahead and plant another couple over here, but we'll have to see what happens. Oh, look at all the bunnies sleep. Yay! Okay, so the Totemic Temple has been fully researched now. We'll get these upgraded. The largest totems had small doors underneath, so you could go inside and pretend to be one of the wooden animals. Yay! Okay, hopefully that'll give us a big boost, and I think that the totems don't care if they're next to other, like, buildings or creatures, so we don't have to worry about them being quite as fussy. And meanwhile, now that we have accomplished that, and we know that it's mostly going to be heat focused on any problems we face, I mean, gained resource, no gain. Is the tilled soil just so we can till things and see them easier? Ooh, bread! Of course I want to research the bread. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Also the warehouse. So let's do the clearing because we'll want to be able to get more stored, especially if we need to start piling up and preparing ourselves for like things burning down. Probably a good idea to make sure that we have, you know, oops, no, I'm not sure. To make sure that we have bread and things like that prepared. Let's see. So the tomatoes, we get 4 right there. And if I build this here, then we'll have another spot where we could get another 4. And I might even be able to move the sign. As silly as it seems, I think moving the sign, it would be really helpful. So we could have another spot with 4 tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe put it over here. And maybe when we remove one of them, we'll keep this zone. All right, thank you, Pseudo Fishy. We're going to continue to make sure that we expand and cover quite a bit of space. All the better to talk to the rabbits, of course. And then everything seems, well, otherwise. We're eating enough. We've got plenty and plenty of wind power. Thank you, a whisper in the wind. We have now expanded to cover even more berry bushes. Oh, what's going on here? Aw, somebody seems like they're just having a good time. See? Happy villagers! Oh, that's so cute! Pseudo Fishy, you were literally whistling while you work. That's adorable. And we have gone ahead and our druids have given some thought to clearings, which is very important if we are indeed going to be able to have some other new areas to work on. Oh, that's the snowplow. Darn it. That's not going to help us right now with water. Not remotely. Curses. Okay, let's see. I guess we're going to just have to have somebody up against the mountain in order to have water. And I guess... unless we like discover something in the future. Curses. All right, we'll have to see if we like find something that can teach us how to do more water. But otherwise, since we know we're going to be dealing with so much from the heat domain, let us give a little more thought to large fans, perhaps. And then, then. Wow, we can really just like go straight for books and things pretty quickly, it looks like. Our druids seem to be quite ambitious that way. And we might want to think about health, but so far, that... a warehouse maybe, stone gatherers maybe, wood stack. Workbench for tools. I'm feeling fairly comfortable with how this is going so far, which means that, of course, disaster and doom must be right around the corner, but let us carry on and just trust our instincts. Aw, Pseudofishy and Whisper in the Wind are hanging out. That's really cool. Oh, and speaking of trusting our instincts, I should actually go ahead and upgrade one of the totems. And this one would get 3, this one would get 3. I mean, to be fair, that's better than, like, nothing. This one, okay, let's see. So we'll upgrade the one that Lord Thunder's next to first. And Lord Thunder, you can have just a minute to maybe come over here and somebody can, in fact, we'll get 2 things planted. Let me double, triple check. Yeah, that's the clearing. Yes, see, this is going to be just fine, just fine. We can get another mountain spring put here actually and surround this area with tomatoes. That sounds awesome. So we'll go ahead and we'll put in more tomatoes like over here too. Thank you, Lord Thunder. And with all of that put together, we will hopefully have plenty of food with the tomato being available, as well as our fantastic plums. Since other crops will probably get a boost from the fertile field, even if the tomatoes don't. Well, they do get a little bit of a boost, but not as much as if they were next to water. Excellent, excellent. I wonder what kind of animals. Maybe it's all bunnies. Can you imagine if our entire totem, no matter how big it was, just had bunnies? Oh, Ginger Fury, Marsh, is something going on here? Good? Bad? Yeah? Are we just doing more well wishes? Maybe that's an insult now. Uh-oh. Oh no, it looks like an maybe? Oh, wait. It looked like I was a little worried. Marshmitch is funny now. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Like quite literally. So we gained some hope and we've discovered a new quirk that attracts happiness called funny. That's a good thing that the joke was taken well, I think. Funny! This pip tells the best jokes. The last one was about some chicken in the village path, but I'm not sure how it ends. Go ask them. Oh my word. I was a little worried when I saw like a little, like, it looked like almost like a Tamagotchi sort of poop. And I was like, uh-oh. Are we about to have an issue here? Are we about to start fighting? Oh, look at our little mountain springs. They're so pretty. I'm quite delighted by what we have managed and also delighted to see those birds. We witnessed a funny joke and clearly, even though we have run out of food in our plum fields, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. We've got some funny people here. We're upgrading for our totems, the heat domain, whatever. We're not even worried about that. And we shall have to, maybe look around some of the areas that we're starting to take over. I don't think anything has like 3 bunnies around it, unfortunately. We could get a couple more large totems put out just for fun, and they could just be next to some of the bunnies. That might be kind of cute, just to like upgrade these and have them get a little bit more boost. So there's that. And then there's also going to be quite a delightfully sized tomato field. Pretty proud about that, not going to lie. And then everybody seems okay so far. They're even telling jokes. But all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us as we carry on with building giant totems of bunny rabbits here in the village of Uphill Both Ways. And we will begin to show the domains why living at peace with nature, even as we knock down mountains to search for the springs hiding inside, is totally going to be stronger than whatever threats they think they can try to throw at us. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, these really are cute little streams.